Eagles are going to look different defensively in this one too, Ross, as you take a look at the defensive line. The starters got a lot of reps this week, and they're going with the backups.
They are, but they'll have a lot of starters in on the back seven. Eric Wilson and Alex Singleton are out there, and Kayvon Wallace, the second-year man out of Clemson, fourth-round pick last year, has been out the last couple weeks. Nice to see him get out there and get the start opposite Anthony Harris.
Through the middle, and that one is just too easy for Damian Harris. 2 plays, and the Patriots cash in on the Eagles' turnover to take the early lead. That is something New England struggled to do all.
He is really good in the box near the line of scrimmage, and he showed why right there.
Porter winding down, and on 2nd and 10. Play action again for Newton. Firing, open man, and inside the 10 to the 5, and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers takes it down the left sideline. 28 yards on the catch and run, and the Patriots extend the lead to 13.
Who is our stats guy? Because I'm pretty sure TJ Edwards and Alex Singleton have a combined 428 tackles so far in this game.
The illustrious Dean Esposito, who is always in the booth with us for these Eagles preseason games.
It's got to be like 20, Dean. Count them up, man. I swear those two guys have made pretty much every play the whole night.
3rd down and goal. To the ground again, and easily into the end zone for the score is Ramondre Stevenson. Patriots, who struggled to get their running backs into the end zone last year. A couple of rushing touchdowns here tonight, and a 19-point lead just before halftime.
So I know that looked easy for Stevenson, but that was actually pretty nice.
Stopped at about the 1.
Nice job by Elijah Riley right there. Made the interception last week. Now he comes in, makes a tackle, battling for one of those jobs.
Quickly to the line. 3rd down. Trying the outside, and that's going to be good enough for the touchdown. Rashad Smith got a hand on him, but Taylor gets in. And the lead expands to 25-0. He tried to bring it in just across the goal line, and Riley was there in coverage.
Elijah Riley, of the guys that have played in the second half of these games, Riley's a guy that has stepped up and made some plays, whether it's tackles or plays on the football.
Once again, double digits on the number of plays in a drive. This is the 10th play of this drive. Through the middle, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Stevenson gets in again, and the Patriot lead grows late here in the 3rd.
They're going to kick the extra point because they got to try to get Nordine some confidence somehow.
The University of Cincinnati. Helmet to helmet.
It's just so hard. I mean, you want to come in low. There's very little to hit somebody. There's very little space to hit somebody anymore. But if you're aiming for his belly or his belt buckle, and he just gets knocked down lower, you just can't stop in midair. But I like the way the league protects the players now. They really, really do a great job of making sure nobody's going after a head. Sometimes it happens, but they'll do it intentionally.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Allen on the quarterback sneak. He's in for a Bengals touchdown.
Little crease and accelerates through it.
2nd and goal from the Cincinnati 1. Here's Patterson. He's in. Touchdown, Jared Patterson.
2nd effort. He was initially stopped, and 2nd effort got it in the end zone. There's his #1 cheerleader. Going for 2.
We're going to have to do on a consistent basis all year.
Third red zone trip for Kansas City. Got the field goal, and Mahomes threw an interception. Murphy got him in the end zone. Under pressure, lofts one, and it is caught. McCole Hardman. Unbelievable concentration for the touchdown for the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes smiles, says it. It's a really good-looking drive.
And that's exactly what Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid are looking for. How many mistakes are you making? How many times are you kind of just stalling out drives because of your own mistakes? Are you the kind of person that we can depend on? We'll keep the play calling simple for you so you can just go out and execute. And overall, as a unit, they're doing that.
Mahomes, Henny, and Bouchel have Kansas City over 300 yards total offense tonight already. 8.5 to play in the third. Rolling to the right. McKinnon, he'll walk into the end zone for the Kansas City touchdown. How about that for a drive?
How about that for Shane Bouchel, a college free agent as a rookie to come in by Streveler.
3rd and 3. The sack was a killer. Streveler throwing for it, and it is caught right back to Ross Travis. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a ball from Streveler.
This drive for Chris Streveler started with a quarterback draw. They wouldn't want him to throw the football. He's known as a powerful, thick runner, and he goes back-to-back beautiful throw.
Slid up to get the first down, but just shy, and of course Buffalo's going for it early.
8 of 10 on 4th down last year, the best percentage in the league. Reggie Gilliam's the fullback. Pitch, Singletary. On the perimeter with the cut and the first down, and he's got the touchdown. Robert Quinn couldn't get him in the open field, and Jackson couldn't get him out of bounds. It's 6-0 Buffalo.
Yeah, it's really fake 14, able to stop short of the goal line.
Dealt with a hamstring issue going into the preseason. Came back last week, did not play in the first preseason game. 2nd and goal for this versatile, flexible Buffalo offense that has a lot of pieces to it. Fake to Davis out of the backfield. Trubisky on the run, finding Kumaro. That's a touchdown. In front of Jalen Johnson, the South Elgin High School grad makes the catch for the score.
Very tight.
Loop in River North into the South Loop at Soldier Field. The call stood. It is going to be 1st and goal, and it'll be an inside handoff to the fullback, Reggie Gilliam. And the Bills have their 3rd touchdown of the day.
Bears had it stuffed. It's just good second effort by Gilliam. But Kyrus Tunga, it's twice now in goal line situations from last week and this week. He's made his presence.
So I'm trying to take that as my advantage this year. Well,
everybody has talked about the anticipation of Andy Dalton and how he gets rid of the football. And for you, how you settling in, getting to know your new quarterback in Andy?
He's an amazing guy, amazing person on the field and off the field. We were able to get consistent on the rotation.
Yeah, this is not an indicator of the type of camp that Andy Dalton has had. If you go up there and watch every practice, how does the blitz period go, or other, the team periods, inside run periods, and how he's his command of the offense. I think what you're unhappy about is, as a player, I can just speak for the situation they're in right now. A first down feels like a touchdown.
Sure.
It's like, come on, guys, get locked and loaded. And you as a quarterback, to me, this is where you got to step up. Come on, man, let's go. However tidbits information you got to get guys jacked up to push their go buttons. That's what you need to do. Like this throw right here.
It's Adams again. The connection and the touchdown. 73 yards.
And that's all it is one play. And that's twice. What an acrobatic catch by Ed.
And it'll bring up 4th down. I think Matt Nagy still talking about the previous moment with the Riley Ridley Rashad Wildgoose play.
Yeah, I think they were looking for a flag on that play, and even on the last play where Fields tried, I'm thinking he might have gotten hit while that ball sailed into the dirt right there. I think his right elbow just got nicked by the defensive lineman running past him.
So Pat O'Donnell will punt away again. Boy, another good one. Directed towards the sideline. The speedy Stevenson has it. There he goes. Marquez Stevenson, an absolute top-end speed burner. And Marquez Stevenson has taken it to the house for a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Nothing derailed him from getting off his path. Looked like his receiver, I believe that was Adams, so he put in motion where maybe that could have been a hot throw to the right. And you're hot off one strong from that situation because the line was sliding left, which tells you you're hot to the right. So, I don't want to temper the enthusiasm of the fans about this young man because they'll be fine. But that's a key point. He didn't understand what he was seeing right there.
Right. When you slide protection left, you have a hop to right. There's a space of open defender area where they can come in. Nobody's blocking that right side defender. Here is Khalil Herbert. Look at the speed, the shed of the tackle, and a touchdown.
Nice run.
In 22 months, as we've been talking about, as the Packers have entered the Quick Trip Red Zone. Quick Trip, the official coffee of Lambeau Field. He picks up 6. He's gotten a lot of touches. It's 3rd and 1 for Green Bay. 6 touches, 40 total yards for Dillon, who's a second-year back out of Boston College.
That last play by Mosley really shows you why the Jets need him, because he performed a jump cut like running backs do to avoid the tackle, avoid the block, and then made the tackle.
Here comes Hill. Got the stiff arm. 3rd and 1 to the pylon. Touchdown, Green Bay. His second touchdown in as many games. 12-yard touchdown run.
Well, you went with the 7-passenger SUV to get you down to. So the offensive lineman will tell you, I was trying to block a guy at the line, but you can't chase him down the field. But if you had contacted him and you move him down the field past that zone, then that's okay. So he was probably down there all by himself thinking, I thought this was a run, not a pass.
It's on Van Roten, and of course he played for Green Bay, former Packer. Went undrafted in 2012, 3 years at Carolina, joined the Jets last year, starting 12 games, 2nd down and 12.
Now this will be interesting, empty backfield, to see if Zach Wilson gets tempted to pick up the whole yardage on the 2nd down play.
Back then again, the block at the left tackle, and to the end zone they go, and it's a touchdown. Beautiful catch, terrific throw, brought down by Tyler Kroft. And the Jets have taken the lead on a touchdown pass of 18 yards by the 2nd overall pick, Zach Wilson, out of BYU.
Zach Wilson is guaranteed his job. Correct, Kevin?
9.5-minute drive. Taylor again on 2nd down and 8, and Patrick Taylor, number 3 all-time leading rusher at Memphis, missed last season with the foot injury. In fact, the surgery performed by the Packers, Dr. Anderson, gain of 4. They put him near the 5 of the Jets.
You know how you have a favorite table at your favorite restaurant? Right here at the 5-yard line, you know what? Whose table that is?
Whose?
Devontae Adams. You get him this part of the field, you could put 3 guys on him. Number 17 will come up with a touchdown.
Taylor back there, 3rd and 4. Benkert. And caught by Sternberger, touchdown. And he beats Bryce Hall. And the Packers have gone up late in the first half. 5-yard touchdown pass.
You talk about dropping the ball in a bucket, throwing through a... So I think the cheesehead should be edible. So that way they could be a hat and a snack at the same time.
Wouldn't that be great? A lot of people would buy in. 1st and 10. Wilson, Croft on the move, got the plug. Oh, with a great sidestepping move. That is a touchdown for the Jets. Croft with his second touchdown pass by Zach Wilson. 18-yarder, like his first. And the Jets have jumped on top of Green Bay.
That speed getting out of the opener.
Well, Dolphins, meanwhile, have first down at the 1-yard line after that Gaskin run. And Gaskin is the running back here. There's the give. Gaskin is in. Touchdown, Dolphins. Terrific opening drive by Tagovailoa and Gaskin, and the Finns able to bang it in for 6.
Well, that is the perfect way to open up your preseason home opener. Jalen Waddle back in the huddle. Very creative, efficient drive all the way down the field, punching it in for a touchdown. Again, not settling for field goals like they did last week in Chicago, finishing off the drives. It was a focus for Coach Flo and his coaching staff.
Maybe a yard. Zach Daw leading the Falcons defensive charge there. Gaskin getting a workout here tonight. Half a dozen carries already, averaging about 5 yards a pop.
And this team needs that work. They need work in the run game and figuring out what they're going to do on the offensive line, how that chemistry is going to work, who are their 5 guys, and until we pound the football when everybody knows we need to pound the football. We saw them do it earlier for a touchdown on the goal line. Can they do it here?
Spread it out here, 3 wide receivers. Tagovailoa stepping up in the pocket, fires, has a wide open Gaskin, touchdown Dolphins. Tua to Gaskin.
Those big bodies have to create big holes and a little bit of movement up front.
2nd and goal now at the 1. Brown goes again, and this time he's in. Touchdown Dolphins. And Malcolm Brown, in that short yardage situation, gets 6.
That's why they signed him. Bring in Malcolm Brown, a bigger body that can be a power runner, slamming up in there when everybody in the stadium knows you have to run the ball. Got to get those tough yards. Malcolm Brown has had.
Made the tackle, Patrick Laird, one of those in that running back battle to make the roster.
Yeah, it's going to be running back by committee for the Dolphins. They don't really have that bell cow running back. You got Myles Gaskin, who did a really nice job last year. We talked about the mismatch he can create with his hands and his speed out of the backfield. Ahmed did a really good job. They brought Malcolm Brown in to be a big body. Where does a Patrick Laird fit? Where does Dokes fit? The rookie Dokes or Jordan Scarlett. Are these guys part of that running back by committee?
It's Dokes in there now next to Brissett. Brissett going end zone. Touchdown! Robert Foster. And the Dolphins continue to light up the Falcons. It's 29-3. The Eguavon will watch it together now. See if they have one more stop in them. 4th and 1. 4th and goal from the 1 for the Falcons. Felipe Franks will run it to Foreman, and that time he got in.
I should have kept talking.
Yeah.
30-9 now. Tom, and by the way, got the tennis still going on in March as well.
The Miami Open's happening in March. Hope we'll be back with a full Miami Open like we did a couple years ago.
Mentioned St. Thomas High School and went up to Gainesville to play for the Gators.
A couple of Raiders on this football team. Guys from St. Thomas.
Pretty good program, that's why.
They're not bad. They're not bad. Obviously, you got 2 sons that play football there. One's down in Arizona College, but my son Mason's a senior. Daughter playing volleyball there, so I'm 10 toes down with St. Thomas Aquinas and do a really good job there.
They are lucky to have you. Kirk Merritt's got it. Touchdown. Sinnott to Merritt. So Merritt's had a couple of plays here, and Reed Sinnott comes in at quarterback, and now every Dolphins QB has a touchdown pass in the game.
Well, very similar to the throw we saw from Jacoby Brissett to him. And you're tired of hitting your teammates. You eat with them. You're sleeping with them.
You see them all day in meetings. You got to smell their bad breath. You got to hit them all day. You get tired of it, and it's inevitable. After 5, 6, 7 days of camp, you end up hating each other, and you end up fighting. And you know, it's a little patty cake fights. You know, you've got pads on so nobody's getting hurt, but having a chance to go against another team, it brings new life and new energy into your practices, and I think you get so much more out of it because you're competing. You're not competing against somebody in a different color that you don't know.
And Huntley is going to take this all the way for the Falcons for the touchdown. So the rookie, Caleb Huntley, able to get free and run that one in.
Well, that was too easy. Just ran right through the middle of the Dolphins defense, and last couple plays running the ball.
It's a great tackle in on the mix would be Clay Johnson. For a guy that has been injured the last couple of weeks in training camp, he's pretty active today's game.
See some good progress from the front seven of the Panthers in the last couple of weeks. Can they keep the Ravens out of the end zone here? Second and goal inside the 3.
Right now, you got Bravion Roy in the gap. He's going to be a guy he has to eat up 2 guys.
They go right at the middle, and it's an easy walk-in touchdown for McCrary.
It really looked like you really seen like a pinch technique, and you got a great block by the Ravens.
32 tonight for Huntley. He finds Oliver again. These Panther defenders are gassed. They've been on the field a lot tonight.
Well, unfortunately, Clay hasn't had a lot of practice time, so right now he's getting this. One of the worst things to do in preseason is to get your cardio in the game. You start to realize I'm not in shape, and no one's here to save you.
To the ground, Tyson Williams free. And near the goal line, touchdown.
Unfortunately, that is a fatigue tackle.
20-yard touchdown run by Williams. Played on.
Ball right there, it leaves an extra defender. You can see 2 guys corralling right around Najee at that point.
Yep. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, also a very good player, 4th round pick back for the Lions in 2017. And he is a cousin of former Tiger player. You might remember him, Cameron Maybin. So big athletic family, and he made a nice play there. So 2 negative runs tonight for Harris. Sets up 3rd and 7. Roethlisberger pump fakes, fires into the end zone, and has his man. That's Pat Freiermuth, the rookie out of Penn State, number 88. Feeling great after that one, and the Steelers convert an 11-yard touchdown pass, 7-88.
Fortunately, it didn't happen. Nice job defensively by the Lions bringing down Johnson.
Reeves-Maybin is one of those guys, 4th round pick originally, and as I said, you know, another guy who has to earn his way through special teams. He's a very good special teams player, and now he's turned out to be somebody who can help them. Now they have Najee Harris split out to the right. Empty backfield for Roethlisberger. It's 3rd down. Steelers looking for more, leading 7-0. You can make it 14-0 if the point after is good. Again, it's Pat Freiermuth, 8-yard reception. Mr. I don't drop anything is 2 for 2 in the red zone.
He is back, and this is why he was very confident.
Chase on this terrific honor presented by PNC. The longtime president Cy Holzer always there to present it to him. And this year done more virtually, but what a year for Chase Claypool, who did not play tonight, by the way. Here is Godwin Igwebuike. Contact, shook it off, and scored. A 7-yard touchdown, completing the best drive of the night for the Lions, no doubt. And that puts them on a 4, but they're hard yards for Craig Reynolds.
He's running hard, and right now it's a test for this defensive front for the Steelers here. You have a lot of young guys that are vying for positions right here. This is where you make your mark. You're in the red zone. Bend not break mentality. You don't want to give up a touchdown, but you now want to get after the quarterback right now because you know the Lions have to pass in this situation.
Allowing the shotgun. Looks around, everything covered. He's good with his legs, throws corner of the end zone and has his man, and that is a touchdown for Javon McKinley. 10 yards on the score, and McKinley. We're back at Heinz Field. Mike Tomlin had to be very happy with what he saw in the first half of this game. Now some of the second teamers and some of the guys trying to make this roster, they've been giving up some yards here, and Detroit finds themselves in a situation where they can cut this to a one-score game. It's 1st and goal with 2 minutes left in this contest. A nice pickup by Tom Kennedy before we went to break. 1st and goal for the Lions. And here is Blow with a handoff to Craig Reynolds. Plows his way into the end zone. And that's a touchdown for a man who has really played well here tonight since he's come in. A 3-yard touchdown. And Detroit.
Rodgers. Like about a yard short. Now it'll be the Titans' turn to go on 4th down. Derrick Henry, NFL's leading rusher last year, power back, is sitting this one out. He won't play until the regular season when the Titans open in Nashville against the Arizona Cardinals.
Instead of Derrick Henry, you got Sargent, who's about 5'8", 200 pounds.
Rookie from Iowa. Mekhi Sargent, the back. Fake to him. Barkley throws to him. He's got it, and it's in for a Titan touchdown. The 5'8" running back from Key West. Mekhi Sargent puts the Titans on the board here in Tampa.
A really good play design. I'm not going to lie. This is a great your third offensive tackle for the Bucs. We know what Stinney is as a reserve guard or possible starter for this football team. So in Earl Wofford, who comes off the beach, as you said, last half. It comes in and plays 50 snaps last week. I mean, he's got some veteran guys in front of him. It should help us get a better judge of what Kyle Trask is going to be as a quarterback.
Well, that's a good down for him on 2nd and 2 after the penalty. Tyler Johnson is in the game. Vaughn's the running back. Garden also at receiver. Down the middle, wide open is Tanner Hudson. Ball comes out. No, and the Titans have it on a bouncing takeaway. Boyan Body Calhoun taking it the other way for a Titan touchdown.
Not going to be a touchdown.
That's the way it's scored, ruled, and will be checked.
It's not. He was hit. The ball, he was going to the ground as he was hit. So it's a catch, a tackle, and the ground calls the fumble. This is not going to be a touchdown.
On the field ruled one way, but of course, because it was a scoring play, you don't have to challenge it. And that's what Bruce Arians is saying. They'll review it anyway. And we'll show it to you.
But what about the throw? That you want this. Get guys to the ground when you hit them. Find ways to make splash plays. And a splash play is not necessarily interception takeaways. Sometimes it's just making the play that you're supposed to make, making the tackle when you have them in your grasp.
Woodside with the fake and open and touchdown Tennessee. Des Fitzpatrick in the end zone.
That drive went exactly as Tennessee wanted, and it's exactly how Tampa did not.
When we look at the final roster, about a dozen jobs that can be, they might be guys that aren't even here now that will fill spots.
Sure, there's the 22 starters. There's a handful of backups. Kevin Minter, for instance. You got to imagine KJ Britt, Joe Tryon, those guys. That's 4 guys just on defense. Ross Cockrell at safety. Jamel Dean is not technically a starter, but he's a guy that's going to be there. I just named 8 guys that are on the roster, and there's not that many spots available. So it's really these guys and their counterparts on offense that are really fighting for about 8 or 9 jobs.
Barkley back in and throwing for the end zone, and a touchdown to Mason Kinsey. And Kinsey is lighting up not only the Bucs, but he did it to Atlanta the previous week, and Barkley his 2nd touchdown pass of this game.
See what the Cowboys can do to try to stop the Texans here. Unfortunately for Cowboys fans, they remember this movie from the early days of last year. A turnover deep in their own end of the field in the favorable field position, and Mark Ingram down towards the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown for the Texans.
Mark Ingram is 31 years old, DJ. He said, hey, I'm not supposed to be playing a preseason game.
Well,
by the way, Darryl, there's a big difference between dropping your weight and dropping some weight. Dropping some weight is when you need to lose the pounds, but he just keeps, if you go back, he's sinking, just keeps himself between the quarterback and the rusher. The whole thing is, and he talked about it in camp, you get off balance. The whole key is, can you get back to balance? And he certainly can. He's a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, and possible Hall of Famer down the road.
2nd and 6 from the 8. Pollard into the end zone. Tony Pollard has a touchdown for the Cowboys.
this is a really nice job by Tony Pollard, because it's difficult when you're the screen guy, but you have a blitz coming, to be able to balance that.
I had said they haven't worked a lot on red zone, and we had to go to break. But what I was hoping to say was they haven't worked a lot of red zone in terms of game planning, and that's why teams aren't scoring in the preseason. You don't see pick plays. You don't see particular plays built for the way the opponent's defense plays. They're just running their basic plays down here. And that's why you see, hey, last week, 32 teams played, only 7 scored more than 20 points. That won't happen during the regular season.
3rd down. Firing to the corner of the end zone, Cedric Wilson. That red zone play worked very well.
Boy, nice pitch and catch there.
Yeah, really nice route. And the combination,
to a season with such lofty expectations.
No, we just got to, well, at least for me, I got to stay locked in on the playbook. Know what I'm doing out there. And
looks like that
hopefully prevent that from happening, you know.
So we're going to stay with it, I guess, here for the coming seconds. But just really quickly to wrap things up, what is the mindset for this defense going into the regular season to make sure that things are different than 2020?
Oh, we just got last week, so if he moves himself up that chain and gets himself to the 2nd position within a week, then again, he's only 1 snap away from being a starter. So
Spike to rush 4. Hey, it's an interception, and heading to the 20-yard line, Troy Dye, 10-5, touchdown! The Minnesota Vikings' first 2021 preseason touchdown goes the way Mike Zimmer has to like it. It's a defensive touchdown. It's Troy Dye for a team that had 0 defensive touchdowns last.
To the boundary to the right side, it's former Ram Derek Carrier, and again Juju Hughes on the tackle.
Great play recognition by Juju Hughes. He felt the tight end coming to the flat, pulled the trigger real quick, made a great open field tackle. You can't get ran over on the 5-yard line and it'll be a touchdown. So you got to get guys on the ground down here.
Midway through the first quarter now, 3rd and goal. Regis now into the backfield, 36. Peterman, the keeper, Ernest Jones trying to keep him from the goal line. It's a touchdown. The official on the bottom of the screen runs to the pile and puts his arms up, 3-yard score.
Great push up front by that Raiders O-line. They got to
try to nail down who can be that number 2 back, or if we go get someone else, who can be that number 3 back. Xavier Jones stays into the game and now motions out wide as the Rams have it. 1st and goal inside the 10. Perkins looking, lofting, back of the end zone. That is a touchdown. Kendall Blanton.
Great patience by Bryce Perkins.
I think Regis, as we see Peterman here, might have the best nickname on the team. We're calling him Trey Vegas.
Trey Vegas. I like it.
38 career rushing touchdowns at Louisiana. He's a raging Cajun. And the Raiders are much like the Rams. They're looking for depth in the backfield. They have Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake, but Jalen Richard is hurt. So they really need that 3rd back, and Regis has made a case certainly in these first 2 Raider games. 2nd and 6, Peterman again. Out of the shotgun. Here comes Gervais, and here goes Peterman down the sideline. That's a touchdown, Marcel Aitman.
Man, slant and go. Donovan Alumba Had his eyes in the wrong spot, man. Man coverage. Got to have your eyes on your man.
And look at Derek Carr and Henry Ruggs down there celebrating. Darren Waller as well with Marcel Aitman after the 29-yard touchdown.
Don't want to take nothing away from Marcel Aitman, man. It was a great slant and go, great double move.
Great 5, Rams out of timeouts, clock is moving. Plenty of time here, though.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
Plenty of time to get to the huddle, call a play after the gain of 4.
They are taking their time here. Now you got to be careful if you run the ball. Most likely going to be a pass here.
Perkins to throw. Perkins to the corner. Touchdown! Jacob Harris!
Jacob Harris coming up big, making another play. And another great ball by Perkins. That was a great drive right there, Andrew. A great 2-minute game tying or game-winning drive. They're probably going to go for 2 here. Now, this is where you want to, you got 2 points.
He's able to maintain the block, come off it, make the tackle.
Seahawks trying to hold the Broncos to a field goal. Blitz coming. Bridgewater, touchdown. Broncos. KJ Hamler. And Denver played it perfectly. After getting the turnover, starting with a short field, they went for it on 4th down once, but they convert for the first score of the game.
Well, I thought Cody Barton was underneath that. I don't know that he saw that football. Looked like he was trying to get underneath the route, and then he got under someone else. That's how you win on the football field.
Broncos with 3 tight ends and a fullback. And they still don't get in. Javonte Williams bottled up in the line of scrimmage, kept fighting, and with second effort, they give him the touchdown.
Cleaned up. There's an offensive lineman with the ball. I don't know if there was a fumble maybe that he...
And Dalton Reisner, number 66, comes up with the football, and you can see there's confusion on the Seahawks sideline.
I haven't talked about Alton too much tonight, but he does his job. I mentioned this earlier. He's a very responsible and aware player, and just when you see him last year, he got in the game. It was his first game, and there was a reverse away from him, and the rule is if you're on the backside, you have to stay deep as the deepest. So if you see a receiver coming back the other way, then you need to get back at that level, and he did it. And it was one of the first few plays that he made in the NFL.
Off the play fake. Ripping underneath, wide open is Fort, diving, touchdown Broncos. It's actually Sean Bayer, the other tight end, number 88 with the score. 11 yards on the touchdown.
And that's a good defensive play by the Giants. O'Shane Zimenez makes the tackle. It'll be 4th down now. Kevin Stefanski, what did he tell us this week, Joe? Listen, I'm going to go for it on 4th and goal in these situations because the games matter, but the execution matters.
Yeah, he's more interested in seeing situational football, and in this case, he wants to see how their 4th down plays look inside the tight red zone. Way more important to him than getting 3 points and putting it on the board.
Chris Hubbard is at the right tackle position, at the right guard position.
Similar formation to the last play.
Back in this cut split.
Keenum's looking left. He's firing left. Passes caught left. Touchdown Browns. Daryl Hodge high in the air, reels it in. It's an 8-yard touchdown pass, and the Browns are on top 6-0.
I mean, we talked about it a second ago with the Rashard Higgins play. I mean, we're in the red zone. Things get tighter. And for young players, that's one thing that you got to learn early on. Like, things happen a lot faster in the red zone, and this is where you want to make sure you're bending and not breaking.
Is that also the case for a receiver? It happens faster in the red zone for a receiver, too?
It happens faster and get vertical. Those are the things they teach you as a wide receiver in the red zone.
High formation. They hand the ball off to Booker, who dives toward the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Giants. And it's a 1-point game with 32 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Devontae Booker, who had 3 touchdowns.
There's some penetration or some guys that are coming down. Props to the Browns offensive line for making that hole off tackle that big where John Kelly could hit it and hit those afterburners even into the Giants defense.
And into the end zone. Touchdown Browns. John Kelly from 5 yards out gives Cleveland a 13-7 lead with 9:52 to play here in the third quarter.
And John Kelly's showing a little enough to make us hurt in the secondary. So it's all about, what the players you are, what you have from a personnel standpoint, and what you believe in from a philosophical standpoint.
Third down to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown Giants. David Sills able to reel it in. And the Giants are 1 point away from tying this ball.
Headed for it, but it worked out for the Chargers. And my apologies to Clinton Dix. He was covering the intended receiver, kinda.
Chargers get the penalty yardage nonetheless. 1st and goal from inside the San Francisco 5. Stick rolls out. Thought he was going to run for it. Last second to the end zone. It's Palmer for the touchdown. Masterfully done by Stick.
Now, I hate to make, and down he goes immediately, and it forces the 49ers to use their last timeout.
Neiman, the 6th-round pick, the rookie out of Iowa. And he's actually gotten a bunch of first-team reps in camp, played a number of snaps last week with the injury to Kenneth Murray. And Brandon Staley very, very high on that young man. We'll see what he can do here on 2nd and 2.
It'd be interesting to see how Kyle Shanahan looks at this. He's got a quarterback that obviously can run with his size and power, but do you want to risk him in the preseason?
No timeouts left, so certainly that in the back of Shanahan's mind. Do you take a chance into the end zone? Lance throws, touchdown. Mohamed Sanu. And Trey Lance with a strike.
Well, Sanu, the tip.
Across the 6-minute mark, 3rd and 4 for the Niners.
Yeah, you called him a baller. That's like being called a gamer, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Tremendous way to describe a player who's got really good instincts and football knowledge.
Neiman again, a 6th-round pick. As Tom Telesco trying to find some young defensive studs to contribute to this defense. 11th play of the drive. 3rd and 4. Lance over the middle. It's caught for the San Francisco touchdown. Benjamin. And the Niners back in front.
Boy, that was a fastball to a fast player. Former
Jack, who was the only defensive starting holdover from that 2017 AFC Championship game.
You look at this first drive, you got 2 guys that they're trying out for big pieces in this offense. Tony Jones and Juwan Johnson have been featured in this first drive, and Jameis Winston looks really comfortable. The thing that Jameis has going for him, or Taysom, either one of these guys, is one of the best offensive lines in football in front of him. He's got time to throw.
2nd and 6. Winston will load up and throw it down the middle of the field. There is heavy contact on Callaway. And the flags come in. Wow. That's how Jameis starts. Incredible grab.
To go out and draft a wide receiver, despite the fact they knew that Michael Thomas, he had a nightmarish season a year ago, and obviously there was things going on in the offseason. He had surgery on his ankle, and he's going to miss the start of the season. Traquan Smith has been nicked up. He's had a hamstring. He'll be ready for the opening of the season. But Marquez Callaway only has 21 career receptions in the National Football League, so it's not like he's a proven commodity.
2nd down and 9. Winston under pressure, throwing for Callaway, and it is caught. Touchdown! Marquez Callaway, a 2nd spectacular touchdown catch tonight.
This is a great throw and catch against the Jaguars.
He is a first-time defensive coordinator, and this is, a lot of new pieces on this Jaguars team. We talked a lot about the offense and everything they're trying to do to find an identity. I think Joe Cullen knows the identity that he wants to have. He wants to mirror what the Baltimore Ravens have done, and he has some pieces at linebacker to build around Miles Jack and Josh Allen, Kalavion Chason, some of the guys we didn't see tonight a whole bunch. He's got some pieces. But this is going to be a learning process for him as a first-time defensive coordinator, too, how to call the defense in the course of a game.
No Josh Allen tonight. He's on the COVID list. Hill throwing. End zone. It is holding. Caught for the touchdown. Lil Jordan Humphrey beats Chris Claybrooks for the score.
See, the trend continues with the Jaguars defensive backs being beat. You're supposed to do with your head in that kind of situation. You can't exactly move it out of the way when you're trying to hit him. That's just a tough spot to be in. You just hope that he's okay.
And it's hard because as a DB, it's not like you're trained to hit with your face mask.
Right.
It's keep your head up.
That's a very tough situation.
Sets up a 1st and goal and a touchdown. That's Cotton on the receiving end. And the first touchdown of the night for the Jaguars.
That's a nice drive there by C.J. Beathard.
Yep.
It's for Davis for the first down.
But I think for the Saints to be successful, it's got to start up front with their defensive line. We've been talking about that, and they didn't really talk much about Marcus Davenport, but he has to be better. He has to finally arrive and realize his potential as a pass rusher. He only had a sack and a half a year ago.
Wide open. Touchdown. Colin Johnson. Where was that all game? Beauty of a ball by C.J. Beathard.
I tell you, that's a guy who Urban Meyer said needed to show up in this game. Big 6'6", about 220 pounds.